Hello, this is Victor James of Artistic Motions, and we are live in Barrington, Illinois. Got a special treat for you tonight, or actually this afternoon. I've been trying to get this brother interviewed for well over a year. So I'm not going to waste time going through all the particulars. I'm just going to introduce him to you. He is a real brother, a talented drummer, recording artist, keyboard extraordinaire, and he just happened to create the theme song for Artistic Motion's Smooth Steppin. So let me introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ezra Roszunn Williams. My brother.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with you?
Not much. Just making the music.
I'm honored to have you do this, really. You know, the song that got my attention from you was A Hold of You, right? And once I found out that Keys was going to have you do the Columbus Rib Fest, I was like, that's righteous right there. That's righteous. So, and we talked a little bit then, but I want the people that see my website and go to my YouTube channel to know who you are. So, I normally ask a group of questions, but I'm going to ask you this question. Who is Roszunn?
Roszunn is just a man who loves the real art of soul.
The real art of soul.
The real art of
you gotta break that down for me.
Well, when I say that, being a soulful artist is pretty much like being a dinosaur in this day and age.
Okay.
And you know, loving the art form of true soul. That's who Roszunn is. To love how soulful music speaks to people.
Okay.
How it makes you feel. People can feel what you're feeling through soulful music. And it's not just the music. It's the lyrics. It's the way you carry your voice. It's the way you carry yourself.
Right.
And being Roszunn, I'm just a man who really adores the true art form of soul.
So, I feel that. So you had to be influenced by something. Something had to influence you. Because how old are you?
29.
29 years old. For you to be so, what's the word I want to use? For soul music to be such a part of you, how were you influenced to make that the case?
To be honest, my first soulful experience, and a lot of people don't know this, my very first soulful experience was listening to Charlie Parker.
Charlie Parker?
Charlie Parker is my favorite jazz artist.
Okay.
And the first time I heard Charlie Parker, I could feel what he was feeling.
Okay.
And I from that moment, I really learned what soul really meant.
Okay.
When you think about soul, you have to go beyond just gospel music or just blues. You have to go where the music is what spoke to you. You have to go where there were no words.
Okay.
It's just music.
Okay.
You can go back to Africa, because a lot of times people go back to Africa because that's what they had. They had their drums, But with Charlie Parker played a piece called Parker's Mood.
Okay.
And that song, it said, it gave you the ups and the downs, the depression, the happiness of his soul, of what he felt, and that's why it was greatly called Parker's Mood.
Exactly.
And that was my first soulful experience, to listen to Charlie Parker play his saxophone, and you hear what words could not describe.
Okay, so from that moment on, that was kind of like your birthing experience, kind of?
Oh, yeah.
So how old were you then?
Ooh. The first time I heard the first time I heard Parker's Mood, I was 10.
10 years
I
old.
was 10 years old when I heard Parker's Mood.
So it touched you at age 10.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, I've been calling you an old soul. Now I kind of see why. But music is you, and you are music. It's a part of you, just like your DNA, right? At least that's how it seems to me. What, in terms of passion, what's the passion in your life?
And when you say passion, do you mean what drives me?
Yes.
Well, at first my drive came solely from the fact that I just loved to express my soul.
Okay.
I love to give people a piece of me through my music.
Right.
And my music really was the only thing that that God gave me to comfort me.
Okay.
And when I say that, you know, a lot of people find God in church, or they find God as they read the Bible.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Well, I believe that God gave me music in order for God to speak to me.
Okay.
So when I hear a song or when I hear a melody, I feel like that's God speaking to me.
Absolutely.
So that's really what drove me. It made me, you know, it made me create music so that people could feel, you know, what I was feeling. That was initially.
Okay.
And then a lot of years later, I had a son.
Okay. How's your son?
My son is 5.
Okay.
And he'll be 6 this year.
Okay.
And when my son was born, that gave me another reason to be driven.
I get that.
Yeah.
I definitely.
It gave me on a larger scale,
Yes.
a reason to be driven.
Yes.
To make the music. So, yeah. I mean, I could go down a list of reasons why I was driven, but the main reasons were at first it was just to give people a piece of my soul.
Yeah.
And then later on,
Your son
my
became the inspiration.
Oh yeah.
I feel that. That's good stuff. I know we had talked back and forth via instant messenger of Facebook, but I want you to share. I think it's important that you share with listeners and viewers the importance of you controlling your music. I really wanted to make sure that we got that point across for you, okay? So would you share so that they understand?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's excuse me. It's important for you all who love soulful music and you love the independence of soulful music, you know, and soulful music is really it's a dying art form, you know, and it's important for you to support us as an independent artist, because there are a lot of us who are trying to still give the world soulful music.
Absolutely.
And you know, Spotify first destroyed it with the streaming.
Okay.
You know, and they would let people get these monthly subscriptions, and then the artists weren't getting paid for the spins, for the plays. So we depended solely on iTunes and Google Play, the Google Store, you know, and you know, distributors such as those to continue to allow artists to control their music, to get a bigger portion of the support.
Okay.
Well,
the financial support.
The financial support. There you go. But you know, recently Google Play and iTunes have crossed over.
Okay, to provide streaming.
To provide streaming, and the artists get like a cent per spin.
Wow.
You know,
1 penny.
Yeah, like a penny. We get like a penny per spin, and it's so unfair for independent artists, because you know we try to continue to provide, and you know when things like this happen, people continue to go along with it. You know, and instead of buying our music, they stream it.
Right.
And you know, and they expect us to continue to have a drive and a passion to make the music. You know, and it's like, well, it takes money to make money.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It takes money to be in the studio and to pay for those things,
right,
and to make that music. You know, and when we're not getting that financial support back for the blood, sweat, and tears that we put into our music.
Right, that's not fair.
It's not fair, and you know, and then it allows us to easily give up. You know, so it really is. It's important for you all to make a stand with independent artists and to understand that we have to control our music, and we need the support of our fans, of the ones who really love the soulful music. We need their support to help us make that move.
Absolutely, I get that. So the best way for us to do that for you is to purchase your music directly from you now? Is that how we can do that?
Yes.
And how will we do that now?
I am currently in the process of taking all of my music down.
Okay. From
iTunes and Google Play and all of the major downloading sites.
Okay.
And very soon, all of my music will be available digitally, and you know, hard copies will be available on my website directly.
Okay.
So yes, that, you know.
And your website is?
It'll be www.roszunn.com.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and of course, you know, when you follow me on Facebook, you know.
When you drop something hot, you always put something out there on Facebook.
Exactly. So
right.
you follow me on Facebook, you know, I will keep everyone updated.
Absolutely.
You know, of when that will actually happen, you know. Okay. But for now, I mean, their option of buying the music from iTunes and Google Play is still there.
Okay.
You know, you still can click buy.
Right. But there's less incentive to purchase if you know you can get it via streaming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we want to increase the incentive for people to purchase your music, right?
Exactly.
You put in the labor, right? It's a labor of love. But when you provide that labor of love, rightfully so, you should expect compensation for that, right? So, I mean, I want to do my part to help get this out so people understand, right? I mean, you're an artist. You live to, you know, hone your craft so that you can continue to share from your heart, you know, what you're inspired to do, right?
Yes, sir.
But to not be able to receive compensation for the work that you do, I mean, time is money, right? I mean, so
right.
I wanna make sure that we convey that to the folks so that they understand how important it is. Look, 99 cents, $1.29, $2, right? Whatever it costs. I mean, this brother's music is worth it. So you really need to buy it. And when you hear that theme song from Artistic Emotions, you can't buy that though. But that's a production from Roszunn. Moving forward, you didn't know that you influenced the Steppin community with your music, right?
Yeah.
And you found that out once you came to the Columbus Riff Fest, and then you performed at Steppaganza in St. Louis, which is a pretty huge set. How do you feel about that?
It's amazing.
Why do you say that though? Well, I mean, it's music. It's your music. I mean, you know, and it's good music. Why would you find that amazing?
It's amazing because when I first hit the scene, at the time I was living in Miami. Okay. And when my music first hit the scene, I received all of my love from Nigeria.
Really?
In the UK.
Overseas.
Okay. The UK and Nigeria, they showed me all of my love. They gave me all of my support. And to this day, my music is still in constant rotation.
Okay. Over there?
Over there, you know.
Okay.
And I still have, you know, a big fan base, you know, overseas.
In the UK and Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I didn't, you know, when I looked over my, you know, my sales and my royalties and where my music was being spent, it was all from overseas. Okay. And I wasn't getting a lot from, you know, the U.S. Right. So I didn't know that anyone from the U.S. was really hearing my music. Right. You know, and I complained about it. I was like, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, receive any love from, you know, from the U.S.
And then you
know,
got that call.
Home. And then I got that call. You know, and you know, when Akeem first called me, you know, he was explaining to me, you know, and at the time he was explaining to me and my managers, but he was explaining, you know, how popular my music was. Right. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, you know, whatever. And when I got there, I was able to see it. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
you know,
because we were on that floor.
exactly.
That's right. Every song you did or performed, we were on the floor.
Exactly. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And when I performed the Steppin,
Oh, that was amazing. I saw footage.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And Mr. Israel came to me and he said, you're the first artist that they stayed on the dance floor through the entire set. That was an honor.
Yes.
That was something that humbled me. That made me feel, even way more humble. I was like, wow, that's something I can't touch right there.
Right.
That's
special.
That's a true blessing.
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it's amazing. It's amazing because I didn't think that my music was.
So now you're no longer discouraged about the love shown to you in the States.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And as long as you keep making that music for us, brother, we're on that wood, right? What I'd love to see is you get more exposure in terms of performing opportunities.
Oh yeah.
On the Steppin set. That's another reason why I want to, put you out there, because, you perform well, but you feed off the audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feed off the audience. When they show you that love, you give it right back. Mm-hmm. So it's wonderful to watch that exchange of energy, right?
Yeah. Yes,
and your spirit is right? It's just what emanates from you is genuine, right? And it goes beyond music, and to me, it speaks more to the human being. So I'm grateful for that. Is there anything in terms of words of wisdom or insight that you want to share with viewers and listeners? What nuggets of wisdom can Roszunn share with the world?
Oh, wow. I was once told that a wise man says nothing at all, but I don't know. I really don't know. You gotta put me on the spot with that one.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. But
So let me ask you a different question. What guides Roszunn on a daily basis? What guides you? What keeps you focused and allows you to maintain a sound moral compass? Let's put it like that.
Good upbringing, I'll say that.
Okay.
Definitely that. But I will say that being raised in a family with a very strong religious background keeps me guided.
Okay.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis. I was raised in that.
Okay.
I was raised in the church. My mom's a praise and worship minister.
Okay.
What she taught me growing up, and that was to be positive.
Okay.
Be optimistic, even though you see no optimism.
Okay.
And always have faith in what God has in store for you.
Okay.
And with that being said, God ultimately is what keeps me guided.
All right. I don't know when we'll meet again, but I'm going to be blasting my theme song, right? Everywhere I go, right? Giving the credit, of course, to the creative artist who provided that theme song. But just know that you touch lives in a very positive way, not just through your music, but by how you carry yourself as a man. So I wanted to tell you that, man to man. That's the impression I get from you. I want to tell you, keep making your music. I'm one of your biggest cheerleaders, brother. And sometimes, I know, we can find our moments of discouragement, right? And we need somebody to kind of help lift us up. So when I see you reaching out on Facebook, brother, I'll come and get you, right? I'll come and lend a nugget or two, because I feed off your energy too, right? I do. And I'm out here grinding, trying to make positive things happen. So I feel like we're kindred spirits like that. And we got to keep one another up, make sure we make this thing happen. Because it's going to happen, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Victor James. This is Roszunn. Artistic Motions is signing off. Thank you so much for viewing. We'll catch you next time. Until next time, keep calm, and keep stepping.
Artistic motion. Smooth. Chicago steppin'. Artistic